You must understand that you can change that negative situation today if you want it. Yes, that situation you're passing through now, you can change it. You can turn it around if you want. You see, many people are waiting for God to touch them and change their situation. But there are those that explore the other way. You can wait for God to touch you and change your situation. You can also reach out and touch God for your miracle. Yes, whether you touch God or God touches you, the result is always a miracle. In St. Mark's Gospel chapter 5 from verse 25 to 29, Mark 5, 25 to 29, we saw the case of the woman with the issue of blood. She had this issue of blood, and all this while possibly she may have been praying for God to touch her, but that touch never came until she decided to go after God and touch him. One thing about touching God is that once you touch him, the miracle must happen. Waiting for God to touch you is very good, but it requires patience. It means you need to wait. Imagine that woman with the issue of blood was waiting for God to touch her. God would have still touched her, but maybe it would have taken a longer time. She had waited for 12 years already, so she decided to go after God and touch God. You may have waited a long time, but it is time for you to go after God and touch him. You can either wait patiently for God to touch you, or you get an emergency card and touch him. There are many ways to touching God, but the most effective way of touching God is through sacrifice. Through sacrifice. In 2 Kings chapter 3, from verse number 24 to 27, 2 Kings 3, 24 to 27, we see that God commanded Israel to go and destroy Moab. God closed his heart and said, destroy all of them, let nobody remain. And Israel went out after Moab and started destroying Moab. They killed, and the king tried to run away, and there was no way out. The word of God said that the king took his only son, the prince, who should reign in his stead, and sacrificed that young man. Immediately he did that, the heart of God was touched. He touched God, and the miracle that he was expecting happened immediately. The word of God said there was a great indignation from God against Israel. And by doing that, he saved the life of the whole nation of the Moabites. What is a sacrifice? A sacrifice is that painful offering that God cannot resist. Listen, a sacrifice is different from an offering, a normal offering. A sacrifice is different from just an ordinary gift. It is always painful. You see, what Cain gave to God was an offering. What Abel gave was a sacrifice. And immediately there was a turnaround. God came for Abel, and Cain was jealous. But the truth is that Cain did not make a sacrifice. He gave an offering, and Abel made a sacrifice. Most of the times we give offering from our comfort situations, but sacrifice will make you uncomfortable. Sacrifice will pain you. And when you meet God in that place, look at what God said to Abraham. You want the land of the Canaanites? Then go sacrifice your son. You touch me and I will turn things around for you. When God was looking for man, he wanted to save man. He did not just say, because I am God, let me just do a normal thing. No, he decided to do an abnormal thing. He sacrificed his only son in order to turn things around. And today, we are enjoying it. Do you want things to be turned around in your life? I encourage you to explore this situation, this avenue of sacrifice. Then touch God and see how things will turn around. Stop complaining and take action. Touch God for a total turnaround of things around you, and you will see how God will respond.